Hey, do you have a website? Maybe you're at school and a teacher gave you a project to create a website. Now, there are many options we can explore, right? So today I'm going to show you how to create a website using Google Sites. No coding required. Let's go. So to begin using Google Sites, we first need to open up the URL, which is sites.google.com, and it will bring us here to this particular page. As you can see, there is some templates that we can use from, right? And or we can start from scratch. So let us go from the beginning. So we're starting from blank. So we're building our first website together, right? And what it does, it opens up our page here. So we get a little tour, add content, use the insert menu to add content to your site. You can move content, change the size, and crop images. Go to next. Move things around to organize your site. Drag the content where you want it and work with others. Share your site to let others edit with you. Right. And once you're finished, when you're happy with your site, publish it so others can see it. Right? So that was our mini tour of Google Sites, right? So here we can put a name of our project that we're working on our website, right? So for this case, I could put sample website, right? And we can do a site on, for me, so we can do a site on anything, but for me, I'm going to build a site with my tutorials, all right, to offer information regarding information technology, right? So I would just name it IT class, right? Here is a really cool feature where we can add a logo to it. So if I click on it, so it brings up the settings option here. So the same way to get access to it is to click on the settings, the cogwheel, right? And we could just go to brand images, right? And here we could upload a logo, right? So I can go to my documents. So I will have downloaded some pictures already. So let's say, so you could have a GIF, right? Or a normal picture that you want to use, right? So I can upload the logo, right? Our fave icon. So these images that you see next to the name of the website, right? It's your fave icon. So we can upload a fave icon as well. So we can go with the image here. And yeah, so we have that down already, right? The navigation, right? We have mode, which is the top or at the side, where we can have like our home page, and any other pages that we add to the website. So we'll get to that a bit later on. Right. So we want to have this as a home page, but let's first add an image, right? So I could change image. So we could upload an image, right? Or we could choose select. So when you go to select, there's you could select images from the gallery, right? These are templates that Google will already have set up, right? If it is that you go on a particular website that has particular images, you can also copy and paste that URL and paste it here to get your image, or you could do your own Google search right under the select images here, where it is you can search whatever image you may want to use. You may go to your albums, all right, or your Google Drive as well, right? So for us, we're going to upload our own image, right? So we're going to open up, right? So we have our little GIF here, and I can now come and remove this text box, right? See, so we don't need necessarily to write anything on it as it has already been created on the banner. Now you can use Canva or any other media to create your banners for your web pages, for your projects or whatever it is that you're doing just for fun, just for creating websites for fun, right? So you can do that. Now, one thing here is the header type, right? Where it could be a cover, right? So it takes up the entire page, right? A large banner, right? Put it to regular banner, it'll be there, or title only, right? This is how it will be shown, right? So we leave it as banner. Now on the right hand side, you're going to see three tabs, you're going to see insert, pages, and themes. So this is where we will be using most of our tools from to design and to create our web page, right? Or web pages as we go along. So you can select your theme, right? How it is you want the text to appear, right? So we can go with impression, level, right? And you select a particular color theme from it. Right, so let's get started. So let's take a look at the insert tab. So we see we can insert text boxes, images. We can embed be it a video, be it a Google Maps, right? We can do that as well as anything from the Google Drive we can add. Right now here there are some layouts we can use, right? So if I click on it, so you're going to see that we can upload some images, right? So if it is we want to add a picture to it, right, we can go ahead and do so. Right, if it is we want to include a YouTube video, right, we can search for our video. So I can take a video from my page or which I would have created already, right? So there's one of us copy the link, right? So we can just copy the link. So when we go now back to our site, we can search, right, and have this inserted, right? And we can have, and so we can add text to that particular video. So table of contents using MS Word and Google Docs, right? So it can be anything that you may want to display, right? If it is we want to add an image, right, we can go ahead and do so as well. Right, so let's go with the first one, right? And also at the side of this particular pane here, we can change the color, so drop a color background, right? So notice every time we adjust the themes, you're going to see color related to it. So you choose one that is to your liking, right? That you can easily navigate, right? So you want to make sure that your web page that you're creating is easily readable, it's pleasing to the eye, right? So to whoever is viewing it, right? So they can see how it looks, right? So just going to edit a bit, right? So I'm going to go with the color pink. Now over at insert, there are different things we can insert. So there's a collapsible group. So if it is that you have multiple content to add for a particular topic or particular gallery that you may have, you can use the collapsible group, right, to expand and to hide, right? Table of content as well. You can create table of contents if it is that you have multiple um, content to share on your website. The image carousel is pretty cool as well, where you can have multiple images that the user can view, right? There's a button, there is the divider, placeholder, YouTube, right? So any videos that you may want to upload, calendar, any dates, any meetings, or any upcoming events you may have, right? You can add your calendar so that your viewers can see, right? The map. So if it is that you have a store and you will want to show them your location, right? You can embed a map on your page as well, right? Also, anything from Google Docs, Google Slides, Sheets, Forms, and Charts can also be added. Now, a thing to note, right, regarding anything you share from your Google Drive, right, be it a document of a PowerPoint, be it a spreadsheet or charts, you want to make sure that those are set to public when it is you are adding it to your Google Sites. Because if it is not added to the Google Sites, when it is you do publish the site, you the users or the audience will not be able to see that particular content, right? So that's something you want to keep in mind. So we can place a divider, right? So we could do a divider underneath as well, right? So let's say we want to now embed a map, right? So again, we go to Google Maps, right? And well, I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, so let's say we want to go to Gulf City Mall, right? Or let's say we are located at Gulf City Mall, which we're not, right? So I'm just using an example. So when you click on share, you will go to embed a map, right? And copy HTML, right? And now we go back to our Google site and we can click on embed, right? But before we do that, let's add a text box, right? So notice we can adjust it. So at the in the back end, you're going to see some grid lines so that you can use as a guide as to how it is you want to be able to adjust your text box or images, right? So we can add that. We can change the color of it as well, right? We can change the size. So let's go with a blue color, right? And now we can embed a video. So go to embed code. And here, so the code we would have copied from our Google Maps, we just paste and next, and we can now insert that code, right? And it's easy, you could drag and drop, right? So over here, nice. So we have a nice little feature where it is they can add on, right? So that's how we can insert images so far, right? Now, just to go to the top here, so we have the undo button and the redo button, right? Here is the preview of our site. So if I click on preview, it shows us how this website will be displayed, right, to the user, right? So for now, this is our home page, right? Now we could check on how it appears on a phone, right? As well as how it will be looking on a tablet and how it'll be appearing on a big screen if you're using a laptop or desktop to view it. This particular icon is to report a problem. So if it is we have any issues that we got while creating our site, so we can send these issue to Google Sites themselves, and they will be able to assist there. Right. So the come of the preview, we can just exalt the close. Right. So now we have created our home page so far. So we want to create another page. Right. So to do that, we click on the pages tab, and from here, so notice I just hover over the plus sign, so we can do a new page, we could create a new link or a new menu. So let's go to new page, right? And we can see this is resources, right? Now it takes the same cover page that you would have in from your home page, right? It will be used there. Now, if it is you want to change your the header, the banner there, you could do that as well. So you go to select image. So we can use one of the defaults here for now, right? So this looks cool. Right, we will go with this one. Right, select. Right, so we have resources. So notice on top, right, we have our two pages and it works, right? So once we click on the home page, it carries us to the home page, and now we click on resources, it carries us to resources, right? Again, we can edit, we can move it around, right? How it is we want to have it appear, right? So whatever it is we may want to have it, right? So we can do that. Let's fold a bit, and yeah, nice, right? So again, we go and you can choose your template that you like, or you can go ahead and add your own information here, right? So you could add your videos, you can add any documents you may want to share with your users. You could also go ahead and do that, right? So this here, So we can go ahead and create text boxes again. Now, if it is we want to have a placeholder, we can do so, right? Just simply by clicking on placeholder. From there, now we can either upload an image, we can go to YouTube, right? And we can search for any videos that we may want to have, right? So I can go here now, creating fillable
Just
forms,
to reiterate,
right? So we can go to one of my videos that I would have created previously, right? So this is a fun, cool little video I would have done. So we can copy this URL and paste it here, right? And we can adjust the size of the video as well, right? Again, we can change the color, right, to show how it appears, right? We can duplicate, right? Or we can just delete it, or we can leave it as that, right? So it depends on how many images that, how many information you would like to share on your website, right? So let's say we want to have a sub page, right, for our resources. So we want to add in more video tutorials. So I can come at the side of resources, click on the ellipsis, and select add sub page. And here we can do video tutorials, right? And we can go ahead and upload our image. Right? So I can remove the text box and ensure that it's selected. Go now, and now we can go ahead and add our resources as needed, right? So again, we can start off with a text box, right? So let's say we want to have a video on using mail merge,
today I'm going to
right? So for it, I can copy the URL again, right? So before we do that, right? So embed right by URL, right? And here we can add a description for our video, right? So say we think so in this video we take a look at the using merge, right? And we can just add that description there. All right. So again, we can expand the size of the video if you like, right? As we go along, we can now insert another divider, right? And add more content as we go along, right? So over here, I can add another video,
Hi there. Today I'm
right? So before we do it, let's get the description. Drop that in, and we can place the placeholder, right? So we can drop that up here, and we go now to copy the link to the video, and we can add it here as well. Insert, right? And there we have it. So we have 3 pages created already. So that's fantastic work so far, right? So we have our home page, right? So we click on the home page, it carries us to our home page, right? We go to click on resources, it carries us to the resources page, right? And when so there is a sub menu, so a sub page. So we go to video tutorials, and we are able to get more information on the website. So let's take a look and preview, right, how our pages will appear, right? So again, so we start with the home page, right? So we could check out how it looks on the smartphone on your phone, right? So notice that the menu moved from the top to the side. So when you click, you go to the respective page, right? We can click to see to ensure that, and yeah, it's pretty loud. So the video does play, right? And we go to the video tutorials now, and again we check to make sure that the videos are
Hi
high,
there. Today I'm going to show you
right? And we can
how.
skip through.
Okay. So to
So that's how it looks on the phone, right? If you do on the tablet, similar feature,
basically remove
right?
it.
And you go to the big screen, you're able to navigate as well. So that's the most important functionality of the website, making sure that apart from it looking good, you want to make sure that the navigation sites are on point, right? So if it is that I click on the home page, it carries me to the home page and does not explore or carry me to another page, right? Our designs are there, so it is pretty good. So once you're satisfied with it, right, we can now go ahead to publish, right? So when we click on publish, so here they ask us for a web address. So what do we want to name our website? So we can see it as ID, right? So you will notice that that is great address, but it's already taken. So we want to put something that is unique, right? So Mr. Rishi IT class, we leave it as that. Now, if it is you have a custom, if you have a domain already, right, you can simply go and set up your domain so that your site is there. Obviously, it comes with with your various charges that you would have, but most of us would really simply just want to have like a free site that we can use like for school projects or even just for our own use, right, at home, as a hobby in terms of designing, right? Just to go through the settings as well as while we have it up, right? So with brand images, this is as we said earlier, this is where you upload your logo and your theme icon, right? Navigation, how it is you would like it to appear. Now, this particular part with the color, if it's transparent, white or black. Now, if it is, we select color, right? So that's cancelled when we die. So this is how it will appear, right? Um, on the site, if we go again and change it to black, right? This is how it would appear, right? But if it is we want to maintain the um, color of the banner, right, or maintain the transparency, we can use the transparent feature, right? And here we can still see how it looks, right? So once it is we have made our necessary changes, we can publish our site, right? So we set it as Mr. Rishi Class, right? Who can view my site? We click on manage. Now, if it is you want to share your site with few individuals, you can add them to it. So only they alone can do the editing. Right now, if it is you want your site to be public, right? So change link sharing options. Click anywhere in the get link box, right? Add sharing restrictions. Control who can share, download, copy, and print this file. Right. So let's go to links where we change. Right. So we want to put it as public. Right. So notice that they only have viewer um, viewer credentials, right? So they cannot make any changes to your website. So we click on done. Once that is finished, right? So search settings, request public search engines to not display my site, right? So you could select that if you want, right? And once everything has been submitted, you click on publish, right? So now your site has been published successfully. So we can click on view, right? And there's our site. Site says google.com/view slash Mr. Rishi IT class, right? So we are in the resources page right now. So if I can move around, right here it is, I will be at my home page and we have our website set up. So it's pretty cool, right? One thing I forgot to mention, so let's for our website, right? When you're doing your web page, you must have a header, right? You must have your site navigation, you have your body of content, and also a footer. So you notice that we do not have a footer. So let's add a footer, right? So now with the footer, you can use any so this is where all your social media tags will go, or your copyright task can be here as well, right? So this is where you can place those that information there, right? So you can center, right, and we can and that's it. Now, notice if I go here, so the change will already be made here, right? So when I go to the other pages, right, so you're going to see the footer is there. Now, if I refresh the page that we've already published, you're going to notice that it is not there. So in order for that for that particular change to show up, we need to publish again, right? So over here, publish, review differences between your draft site and publish site before changes go live. Change this site setting at any time, right? So now, so this is the draft, and this is what is currently published, right? So with the draft, you're going to see, right? So this has a footer, this one doesn't have a footer. So once that we are satisfied that it is there, right? So we go, all right, so that's for that particular page. So let's go to publish. So it is publishing, right? And we can simply refresh our page, and there we have our footer being added to the web page, right? So that is how we create a Google site, right? Or we create a website using Google Sites. Is pretty cool tool, and especially for those who are at school, this is something that is easy for you guys to use, especially if you have those big projects coming up. This is one of the tool that you can use to enhance that project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stick around for more videos to come. Check out the other tutorials that are on the YouTube channel, right? Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what are your thoughts on Google Sites. Take care, everyone. Until next time.